because.
Oh boy!
I like this thing. Fucking Android. Just fucking recording.
It sounds like recording.
Recording.
What if they're giving this shit to the Chinese government? You know what I'm saying?
The Chinese government, the Russian government, the Cuban mafia. Who fucking knows? Fucking, it's insane.
I hope so.
Yeah, medieval. You're like fucking. That's as soon as it fucking said. Anyway, let's just get fucking started. This is the T3 podcast.
Start the podcast.
It's the T3 podcast. There's 3 T's in it because there's 3 toxic motherfuckers here. I'm AuraGami. There's these 2 fucking nitwits that I do this shit with. Go ahead and introduce
yourself. I'm God, aka Sen. You know, all the ladies know me. All the guys hate me. What can I say? What fuck
is that?
It's my intro, dog.
Last but not least.
Sen's amazing intro.
Based on a true story.
Yeah, last but not least.
Which story is this?
Very a lot of
Introduce yourself, Steve.
I am the best one. I'm Steve, and I don't do anything wrong, and I'm never in any controversies ever. Nothing at all.
Who may or may have not recruited a Cuban mafia fucking robot to record this. So like, let's fucking
it's like those animatronic fucking dancing bears at like.
Sounds like Five Nights at Freddy Bear. Yeah, it sounds like Five Nights at Freddy Bear. Like now record.
Now record.
See right now. Yeah, boy.
So you summoned here. You summoned us tonight to talk about what? What do you want to talk about?
Talk about Keemstar's epic fucking retirement. You know, everybody's. It's so epic. Yeah, everybody's so like. You're so into this, man. Everybody's like, oh my God, Keem, you've left behind a legacy. But you're still a piece of shit in my eyes. Just kidding. Kipster actually likes Keemstar. He loves them so much. But everybody else, you know, I don't know. Some are doing cartwheels. Some are just really sad. What about you guys? How do you feel?
I don't care. It's like, I truly don't care.
He didn't leave behind a legacy, or?
I mean, sure, he left the fucking legacy to some. I just don't care about it. You know, like it doesn't matter. It's like it doesn't. People come, people go. You know what I mean? I was more devastated when others fucking ended up leaving. So,
you mean like passing away to the afterlife kind of thing?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. So, like, just to clarify, Keemstar's not like dead or anything. He's like. He's stepping down as host of Drama Alert.
Well, like even then, to be more specific, he's leaving on his 40th birthday, which I believe he said is in March. So he might change his mind from here till now. And he's still got Mom's Basement, his podcast with fucking Face Banks on Spotify. And he's still got other projects he wants to do. He says he's going to do more things. So he's not really going anywhere. He just didn't want to do Drama Alert because it like contains into his house and shit.
Yeah, you have to become a fucking NEET and have no fucking life at all to become a Drama Alert channel, apparently.
So retirement is very loosely based. He's not really going anywhere.
Well, that's why Pescator thought that Tipster would be a good replacement. And I think he would do it. I don't know if he'd be as entertaining, but
probably not.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think
Tipster has it. I think Tipster, one, I think Tipster's too old. 2, I don't think Tipster has that much energy, like the Keemstar energy, you know, the ADHD all over the place energy. He doesn't have that. So I don't think it's going to go ahead and resonate well.
Tipster's too fucking soft. You know what I mean? Look at the Nick Merckx thing, right? He fucking went at Nick Merckx. When the A-Thought situation went down, the very next day, he's like, he's not so bad. Like, so I don't think Keem would approve of somebody like that.
Yeah. I talked to Satan the other day, and I disagree, and I disavow, but we're cool now.
Yeah.
Satan and Hitler had brunch together.
They're just misunderstood individuals. Like, fucking, if you just hear them out and have a conversation with them, anything's possible. Everyone's capable of change, except Repzilla. Fuck him.
No, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be like, redeeming all these terrible people in the future.
The Repzilla thing is interesting, you know what I mean? Because like Dude, a year ago, around this time a year ago, I was like very fucking critical, and I wouldn't shut up about like Repzilla and shit like that. You know what I mean? This
I was
time this
watching the
year,
video.
yeah. So you know it, Steve. Like you've been reviewing our old shit.
I can't even
This
believe
time,
what I said. I hate myself.
You know, I can't accept commentary community people saying that they didn't see this coming or that they didn't see this happening when they would know more so than like your average outsider like Aura. You know,
yeah, pretty
like
much.
they're in the clicks, so to speak. They're in the loop. They have to be. It's their fucking. It's how they make their money. It's being in the loop about things, right? Even the most trivial of knowledge, even the most trivial of bullshit, Augie is shown to know in the past. Nick has shown to know little bits of trivial knowledge as well. So I find it hard to believe that they didn't see fucking Repzilla doing fuck shit and not call them out on it. I think it's bullshit, and I think it's a lie.
Oreo actually did call him out with the Carson thing. You know what I mean? He fought with him publicly on Twitter, and I believe he also same thing. He got on a debate and challenged Repzilla on his stupid take about comparing Carson to Mini.
Oh yeah, he did do that. Repzilla.
And then, yeah,
Can't believe that
Repzilla.
I can't believe that was in the final straw. Was it? It wasn't the Carson, that comparison to Mini Lad and Carson that did him in. It had to be Gabby Hanna.
Dude, I guess that was just, like when it's a driving force for like whatever you're trying to push. And, this one particular guy is the crux of your argument, like it would, if they were still like cool with him when the Gabby thing was going on, it would be a complete hypocrisy. And you can't afford to have a hypocrisy when you're trying to make a movement, right? Or whatever the fuck
Well,
you
it
call
is
it.
disposable, I think. Like, I don't think they really minded throwing him under the bus. I don't think they have too much emotional attachment to Repzilla, unfortunately.
Or investment. He's not doing much for them.
Well,
what has changed in a year from before to now?
Well, he's getting shit on left and right, and I don't do dogpiling. Like, that's just not my style. So that's usually the way I operate. I usually bitch and complain up until everyone gets caught up to speed and starts doing it like they should have been. And then I just back off because I'm like, and then it becomes dogpiling. And then some people just get lost in the spectrum of criticism. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I think he needs to be accountable for certain things, right? And I think he needs to like harbor the criticism and reconstruct the way he does his content. For example, this is what I fucking think. I think he should lay off the fucking sensitive and serious accusations and shit like that. I don't think he should be anywhere near it. He shouldn't be doing anything involving any kind of like sexual assault cases, nothing like that, because he's not equipped for it. And he's already presented to somebody that he's not really going to get their side on the story if he believes somebody's a victim. So even if somebody's lying, he'll just run with it. You know what I mean? Like we saw him in plain sight change the definition of grooming after reading it. That's fucking insane.
To me, he's a character and a goofball. I guess like with me, I'm like, I was told basically to get used to it, and everyone else was okay with it. So like, I should just be okay. Like, 'cause we bitched about this for a while. We did like, you guys did like 9 streams on Repzilla, I think, or something. Like, I didn't realize until I went back and looked at them all. And we had like valid points, and they're all the same points as today. But now everyone's like, oh well, now is the time. It's like, dog, you didn't give a fuck back then. Everyone got used to it. Like that's how I see Repzilla now. Repzilla's the character. I don't think he's a bad guy. I do think he's retarded. And I'm just like over it, kind of. I'm like, you guys, you've been mad at him for 7 months ago.
I hated Repzilla before it was cool to hate Repzilla.
The best part is kind of your explanation, Steve, is kind of spot on. Like I'm just burnt out because I'm like all the points that are really coming out now. Like I bitched about them for like a year ago at least, if not longer, to other people. You know what I mean? So at this point, it's just redundant, and I don't really need to be a part of it. That's why I put a poll out today because I wanted to see what people think. And like in a sweeping fucking notion, no one thinks Repzilla deserves forgiveness, and I think that's interesting. Really
that's why I'm like that motherfucker should have never apologized.
Yeah,
I was gonna tweet. I might have tweeted. I can't remember if I tweeted it or not. I was like, "This poll upsets me a lot." Or something. Did I tweet that? I didn't tweet it. I should have.
Nope. You just said, "Oh my goodness." That's all.
Yeah, you Yeah, you should have tweeted that.
This is full sense because I don't get it. Like, I don't know. I don't think he's past the point of no return or forgiveness. Yeah, like the dude was trying to help. He's just like a very terrible person at helping in those kind of situations. He did a good job with Mini Lad, right? So he can do a good job sometimes. I think he should just like probably find something he's passionate about and focus on that.
Well, like let's recap it a little bit real quick. So refresh my memory because I'm out of the loop. And then we can keep talking about Keemstar if you want. But
Repzilla's doing pretty good right now, so let's just keep on that.
Yeah, so like real quick, so when he issued that statement, that was in regards to apologizing about Eugenia and everything, all the stuff that he had covered previously and prior to that point, right?
I think it was the apology he made.
Yeah. So it's like
the public apology that everybody was like, "Oh, thank you, Repzilla. This is the first step to forgiveness," or some.
It was like a week ago, right? It was like a week ago, and he put like this white fucking thing with a bunch of text.
I want to make clear. I have it about Eugenia Cooney. It's about the Eugenia Cooney petition. It was October 18. I want to make clear my stance about Eugenia Cooney's situation. I briefly discussed temporary removal or age restriction in at least 2 videos. I no longer believe it is productive even to discuss a temporary removal. My original points were formed from situations separated from her illness. I think this is a critical decision that needs to be had and a difficult one that goes beyond commentary YouTube videos. I have removed the mention of the petition link from said videos in accordance with and apologize to Eugenia for any stress I may have caused concerning her illness. That's his statement.
So like, and now didn't like yesterday or today, I think yesterday they found an old tweet of his from what, February of this year? Or was it last year?
Yeah, it was like a year ago. Was it a year ago? Steve, you're the reps. Was it a year ago?
It was February this year. It'll be a year in like a couple months, basically.
So basically, like he makes an apology last week, but like fucking 6 months ago, they find something he says, and they're dragging him for it when he just apologized. You see what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't even understand how that works. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, I do not like Repzilla as much as you do, Steve. And I have still been critical, and I stand by my fucking criticisms of him. You know?
Okay,
what I mean?
So I think I found what you're looking for. February 17, 2021, Eugenia Cooney typed in Twitter, tweeted, "If everyone could be as kind as dogs are, the world would be such a nice place." And then Repzilla says,
"We're talking about the Jeffree Star rape thing, I think."
Jeffree Star. There's another one.
So no. So Eugenia Cooney was talking about Jeffree Star, and then Repzilla was like, "Look how Eugenia doesn't care about the victims of rape." And it was this whole big thing, but it was like he just apologized. Well, I guess he didn't apologize for doing.
I just pulled up this tweet the tipster was complaining about, like.
Oh, Jesus. Tipster complains about all his old tweets now, though. I don't understand.
When was this shit? October 25th. This is bullshit, and you know it. You repeatedly harped on this on Twitter numerous times, even responding to her tweets, lambasting her for this. This is your biggest flaw, Repzilla. Everything you say in defense of yourself is dishonest or an outright lie. Literally everything. Stop. That's Tipster's. That was his grievance on October 25th. I don't know if he was like complaining more about other shit. Maybe. I know like one of his like friends or like moderators, like she's on this shit like a lot, like almost like she doesn't have a life outside of this shit. And I don't know if that comes off as offensive, but if it does, I don't care because it's the truth. And she's just like looking for any little thing that's like anti-Repzilla, and she's constantly posting it, and it's so annoying because Tipster keeps liking it, and Tipster keeps giving it relevance. And other people, like our boy Redsky, he never shuts the fuck up about this shit too. It's like he's taken Repzilla, and now he's like the Flash to his Zoom, or like the Zoom to his Flash, something like that. It's something in his fucking brain. The Batman to the Joker. It's like every fucking thing, it has to do with Repzilla, right? It has to be like, oh, Repzilla, he ate bread the wrong way. He drank it with water, or like he didn't go to church this day. And it's like, it's a little too excessive for my taste. It's a little too excessive in general.
I think to say that like everything he does is a lie or manipulation or something, like, I don't know. I think he just has to realize that Repzilla is one of these guys who can just wake up and be like, you know what? I don't feel like canceling Eugene Cooney anymore, but I just could change my mind. I'm gonna say it's all because of these things. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm just gonna move on with his life, and he's gonna wake up and be like, today I hate Call Me Carson. I'm gonna call him a pedo for a particular reason.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to really touch on that point you made, Steve, before you finish. I'll let you finish in a second, but like, Repzilla, despite the Eugenia Cooney stuff, I'm like, people need to realize Repzilla says a lot of fucked up, crazy shit to a lot of different people, especially over the years. So I'm like, if this is really fucking rocking your socks, Tipster, like, fucking, you haven't seen anything yet, dude. Like, he says some wild shit. All right, like, I don't really know what to tell you, because like,
wait.
Well, he said I was a pedophile. I was trolling as a pedophile, apparently. Right?
Yes,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Wait, is this the tweet that? Because this is another tweet Tipster was mad about. It was on October 16th. You read it this time, Aura, because you're Aura and you do the voice. Here, it's in the chat. Yeah. It's in the chat.
I need everything you're reading in the chat, by the way, too, so I can use it later. But let me click on this. Oh wow,
yep.
This one's aggressive.
Can I read Repzilla's tweet, and then you can read Tipster's quote tweet too?
Read Repzilla's. It'll be better for effect.
Apparently, we are all just filled to the brim with hate and jealousy because Eugenia Cooney can't care enough about her viewers her viewers' well-being from not only dangerous content but her own irresponsible decisions. Imagine not understanding something this much.
You, sir, are a fucking monster. At Repzilla Rage /Repzilla. Get off your fucking high horse and #apologize to Eugenia Cooney. Yes. Fucking monster. Do you know he compared Carson to fucking Mini Lad yet? Like, fucking, I need to see his reaction to that. Oh, fucking.
This was 2 days before the apology to Eugenia's petition, or for her petition. By Repzilla, by the way.
This is in January, fucking 13th.
No, I'm talking about Tipster, like, getting mad. That was on October 16th, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, it's fucking wild.
But the tweet about Tipster that he was complaining earlier, that was after Repzilla's apology had come, right? So the tweet that Tipster was complaining about on October what, 24th, did I say? 24th, 25th?
You said 25th. I thought you said 25th.
Tipster he tweets a lot. October 25th. This is bullshit and you know it. You repeatedly harped on this on Twitter numerous times. Even respond like there you go. I don't know. I guess he was having a heated exchange with this person. Who the fuck?
He's fed up. He's fed up with Repzilla's content after watching it for years. He's finally fed up with it, I guess.
Well, dude, I don't understand it. I don't understand it, because like he's been, like I say, he's been wilding for a minute. We've covered him for a minute. You know what I mean? For quite some time, for a little over a year now. So the reason I even put up this poll and even started talking about this, right, is because not only am I like, oh, I want to see if people will forgive him, I want to know the reasons why they don't want to. You know what I mean? And it's funny because Nick and Augie had this debate, the heated debate, right, that they uploaded. It's if Pokimane, what exactly about Pokimane? gets too much hate or shouldn't be like basically they should just forgive her a little bit or like cut her some slack and shit. Something like that. Well, like to my point, I'm like, so what's the end goal with this Repzilla shit? Like, are they trying to get him off the platform? What's the goal? I don't know because he's never fucking changed once, dude. If that priming video didn't fucking change him, nothing's gonna change him. All right.
Well, look, dude, if that video didn't sway his audience, what video is going to?
If we're being honest, this all seems like a means to an end just to promote Willie Mac and just give him like popularity. If we're being like completely honest, and I guess people like Redsky and Tipster to look good by moral crusading, like and what a fucking the other people like that nobody really knows, but that they're around, like Tipster's like female friend. Who is that one? The goth one, that one, and that I think the guy's name's I Bully Bullies. I think he's been trying to. He made like videos on Deity, and I think that's the only relevant thing he's done. So those people, like, it's all clout. It's all for clout and like positive, like good boy points or good girl points on the internet, right? And it's so fucking pathetic, honestly. Like, it really is. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like it's not, and I'm not gonna try to not offend people because I don't know these people, and if I don't know them, and I can't really bring myself to care about them. So
I don't know because I don't know anyone else's perspective on that. I guess some people are just catching on to Repzilla and his fuckery. You know what I mean? So I don't really put it much on them. But if we're going to correlate it to somebody, like, I'm using Tipster as an example because fuck it, why not?
I'm sure he won't get like mad. Probably.
I don't care regardless because this is true. He was in the inner circle for the most part. He said he was friendly with Repzilla, so like I don't understand how like this is all so brand new. I mean, I get that he doesn't watch fucking Repzilla's every fucking move, but to be completely taken back by all this shit right now is weird to me. You know what I mean? Repzilla has
to hope something, like, right?
What's up?
Like, it's for
the
example,
thing was huge. I'm sure you heard about
like, for example, I don't talk to Chosen Reborn, right? We don't talk that much, right? But I would still know like the bare minimum of details, like about like what's going on with him, right? In terms of like at least YouTube. So I would expect Tipster to at the very fucking least like the same, especially because he is a news commentary channel that does this on a daily basis, right? So and he tweets a lot, so he's always around. So it's not like he's not always around. These people are always around the internet, right? I see the people that are tweeting and the ones that are constantly live streaming. Augie always on the internet. The Oreo always on the internet. Tipster always on the internet. Everybody that's tweeting, streaming, and are just casually on this thing all the time. I don't think they have a reason to not know what the fuck is going on. Like, especially like you said, their circle of people, and Repzilla was part of that circle for the most part.
I mean, to an extent. Yeah, to an extent, like, because I don't want to be like, oh, they're super close, they knew all each other's moves and shit, but at the same time, like, I'm talking about the way.
Well, we're not saying that. We're saying the bare minimum would be like.
Yeah. There you go. I'm trying to reiterate it.
Like you said, the mini lad shit was huge. You would have had to see something in regards to that.
Yeah, and a lot of people like Repzilla for covering. That's the thing. A lot of people will just like random creators for covering something they like. No one spoke out. If they were subscribers of his, no one spoke out against him until Nick fucking challenged him and made him look foolish in a debate. And so did Tommy. Same thing with Tommy. But that's what I'm saying. Like, prior to that, everyone had been criticizing him for the same shit. He was doing the same shit. And up until that point, that's when everyone started to just fucking like kind of flip on the guy. You know what I mean? Because like anybody else talking about like major points and major forms of criticism didn't fucking matter. Obviously, like, grilled him on the Gabby Hanna video and just reiterated some of Primmick's shit. You know what I mean? Because he's like, oh, you haven't changed from Primmick's video, and the Gabby Hanna thing is really fucked up, and you omitted information. I'm like, yes, Repzilla will do that. He fucking read a definition, fucking read it, showed it, and changed it after he did it. I don't know how to make that more clear to you.
I did that. I did that last video.
With what?
I read the definition of stalking. I was like, I don't agree with this at all, but we're going with this. And
Well, that's not a good thing. I don't care what.
Yeah, Steve, what the fuck?
What is you? Yeah, what is you saying a stupid thing you did supposed to fucking add to this conversation right now? Like, I don't understand.
Because I didn't change the definition. I was just like, I disagree with it, and this is why. I don't think Repzilla did that. I think Repzilla was like, we're not going to go with that. We're going to go with this instead. And that
he says, I remember this because it blew my mind. I couldn't. This is what he fucking said. I'm gonna tell you. And if you don't believe me, you can look it up yourself. We could probably link it in the fucking video if I feel like doing that. But he says he reads the definition, shows that he's like, this isn't completely accurate though because adults can get groomed too. That's what he said. I'm like, no, what? Like fucking, I don't understand. It goes against the definition you just read. You know?
Well, are we talking about like mentally retarded adults that have the brain of like a 4-year-old?
Well, if we were, Repzilla didn't fucking mention that little teeny detail.
Just specify that. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
okay, I don't know. What would you say stalking is, or what would you say the definition?
Stalking, constantly looking into somebody for no reason, I guess, or for an obsessive reason.
So would it be like constantly annoying? Is constantly annoying someone stalking them?
Whatever Ross does is stalking. Like fucking. So yeah. When he's looking into your fucking personal life to do who knows what.
Yeah, when he's looking into your personal life, yeah. But like to constantly annoy someone, I mean, I don't think that's stalking. If you're not, if the other person isn't blocking you or anything like that,
going to every one of your locations and trying to find your whereabouts, I think that's stalking.
That's stalking. Yeah, no, that's definitely stalking. But like the definition was basically just like, you know, if you annoy this person too much, then that's stalking. I'm like, not unless you're like looking up their information, following to them their location.
Dog, what even is
like, go fucking?
Like, what even is harassing, stalking?
So let me
like what harassing could be anything. Harassing could be me calling you dude now. Apparently,
stalking is becoming like that too, though.
Yeah, bad or harsh criticism. Some people will take that as harassment. But like, let me present this to you. So I block Ross on Twitter, right? Because I'm tired of him spamming my fucking replies with people's videos or some shit that he's been regurgitating for the past like 3 years and shit, right? So fucking I know it's not 3 years. Don't correct me. What else?
It feels like it.
Yeah. So like I fucking block him, but then he'll go on a different platform and just do it again. What is that? Just being annoying?
Yeah. I mean, he should take a hint.
Yeah, I mean, if I fucking blocked him and he knows about it because he tweeted about it, why is he going on more shit? Like, I clearly don't want to engage with him. You know what I mean? Like, so, but he keeps fucking persisting. So, what is that?
I would find it very unlikely that Ross just so happens to watch all of these other videos just coincidentally and seeing you comment on them just so he can comment under them.
That's
so
hilarious.
Following you everywhere to every video is, I would say like that's stuff. I don't even know how he does that, to be honest. Like,
I don't know either. I think he just goes to my page and looks at my comments or something. Who fucking knows? But he did that on Sharpen the Point. He's done that on random community posts. He'll go to our fucking friends and start commenting shit about us. What is that, Steve?
Yeah, it's hard because like we make public content. Right?
Yeah, we're public figures. We're public figures, you know.
Okay, so and also he says shit that's not even like fucking true. So like, what the hell is that too?
That would be like, yeah, no, slanderous claims. That would be like,
couldn't help it. Could you send
slanderous claims? No, that would be like, that would just be Kiwi Farms. That would just be like Ross is a Kiwi farmer. You might as well be.
Must be it. Yeah,
he can't even cut it to be a Kiwi farmer. He's like,
I can't understand.
Well, you say that, but like Slug was a Kiwi farmer too.
No, they kicked him out of there too. They don't want
him.
He
was for like a couple days, and then they.
No, even then they were like right off the bat. They're like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Self-promotion. Self-promotion is the like fastest way to get out.
Well, he could have just fucking used like an alt name or something. I don't know. Like, what's his name? Like Kevin Hill or something. He could have just been like Hank Hill or something. Slug Hill. There you go. That would have been a good fucking. You know, But Ross just inhibits all the traits of a Kiwi Farms guy. Like he practically doxes people too at this point, right? Let's just be honest.
He does. Yeah.
He's been quiet ever since people have pointed out that he supports people that say pedophilia is not a crime, and then Ross gets real quiet after that, or he's like, "Oh, you're taking this out of context." Meanwhile, he doesn't care about the context for like Steve or anything. Right? And then he gets all worked up and he's scared all of a sudden, right? And
especially when he was sharing a folder that he said had CP in it the most. Like, you can't prove. I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, that's cute. You deleted your fucking account because of it, apparently. I remember he had the Ross Sutton account. We used to follow each other. That's the thing. Like, I remember that. You know what I mean? I remember
Ross looking for his old account, and it doesn't seem to be like his tweets aren't there anymore.
It's been gone for way too long, dude. It's like over a year.
Gosh darn it.
But like, I don't know. Now that we got that little example of fucking whatever it is out of the way.
I just wanted to see, like, because I was like, well, he changed the definition of something. I was like, I kind of changed the definition of stalking because I didn't agree with it. Because like, yeah, I think you'd actually have to like find someone's information. What you described though, or I think, yeah, stalking. I don't think Deity does that. I don't think Deity's going around to everywhere, homeboys commenting under him and stuff. Like he just like sits in his corner and watches really old videos of him. It's like, Edwin is rape culture, and then Edwin's like, oh my god, I can't believe this guy is talking about me. And it's like, what the fuck is this?
Could you imagine?
Like, this content?
Edwin wouldn't be able to cope if Deity was doing what Ross does, right? Fucking Deity is just appearing under all of fucking Edwin's replies, even the shit that doesn't matter, right? Like Edwin could be like, oh, that looks like some good tortellini. And here comes Deity being like, oh, here's my video that I did exposed you. You're a bad man, very bad man. Like just fucking freaking out.
If Deity was like Ross, oh my god. I think Edwin would actually file like a restraining order, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Colton is like Ross. Ross came from Colton's crew. Like, I'm serious. That's where he came from.
Yeah, I know. But
oh my god, are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah. It
he
makes
used to be Colton's attack dog. He used to go after Maya as hard as he goes after me, and Aura and Kayla and whoever else he is.
That's really fucking sad, but it explains so much.
Well, like I'll give Deity this. Even if he acted like Ross, at least he has a fucking channel to make content on. Ross doesn't do that shit. Like I don't know what he's doing. Like fucking, you know what I mean? Like he just goes around and just bitches and cries the same shit over and over, all over the fucking place. And I don't really know why. It's not like he's making content. It's not like he's exposing anybody. You know what I mean? And the people who gets to make videos omit information on our pieces of shit themselves. You know what I mean? Like a guy who's going to fucking stick up for Eugenia Cooney when they help get somebody off the platform because freedom of speech for people making fun of their weight loss. Remember that? Like, I remember that. How the fuck does that work? Stupid ass.
Good old Ross. The only videos he never made again because we made fun of him pretty hard.
Yeah, Ross. Yeah, you're talking about Ross. Okay, But like, I wasn't talking about Ross with that last example, but whatever. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you later. It's not even important.
Talking about Dean?
Yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, pretty much. But like, I still, you know what I'm talking about. But like, anyway, I don't know. So the Repzilla thing, I don't know what the end goal is for people. I don't know what anyone's going to really try to do. I guess it's about accountability, but like Repzilla doesn't really take any. He'll take some for the moment, and then he'll just do his own thing again. So it doesn't matter.
Take accountability.
Are you guys interested in what Repzilla had to say about the Bell not passing on information to him regarding that pedo man? So
the one that Bell brings his name up. The one that Bell brings his name up, and she's like, "Oh, I'll get in touch with him."
Yeah, I linked it in the server here, in the one channel we got.
Really?
Because I showed that.
Here.
Yeah, because so I was just like, "Hey, did Bell ever reach out to you about this pedo guy?" It seems like she ignored him and told the victim that she would reach out to you. And he's like, "I've never heard from Bell." And I was like, "Okay, I don't know why you would ignore something like that. I'm bad at Bell." And she's like, "Are you telling me Belle lied?" And I'm like, "To the victim, she did. If she didn't reach out to you about and then ghosted them." And he's like, "Do you have evidence?" And then I showed him what I posted in the chat there, which is like the log of her talking to this person and then saying that she'd reach out to him. And he said, "Last time I talked to Belle was maybe a week ago, and it was about Eugenia." So I was like, "Did she ever reach out to you about this ass man guy between January and now?" Because that's what it seems like. She was in contact with the victim. He said, "I have no idea. She DMs me about topics often. I don't always have the time to talk with her about them." So she could have, maybe, but he doesn't remember it. And he, like, it was never like a for sure thing. Like, "Hey, will you cover this?" And he was like, "Yeah, I will for sure." So if she like brought it up to him, he didn't acknowledge it. So I don't know why she would just like start ghosting that person. I think Belle's more in the wrong here. This is his last statement about it. He was like, I have people asking me to cover many different situations involving pedos, and I can't cover them all. Around that time, I was covering Minilad, Anision, and Desiree Smith. So to be accurate,
Desiree Smith. Yeah.
So that's Repzilla's statement. I know that some people were like, "Well, I guess," because as soon as his name was mentioned, people were like, "Oh, I guess he ignored him too, and he doesn't care about children's safety."
Oh
my
goodness. It's time to be anti-Repzilla. Can Willie Mack just drop the stupid ass video on him already? I'm probably, at the time of this video coming out, he's already going to, but
remember, Nick Diorio's still supposed to drop his video on it. It's been like months in the making.
Been months.
I like how
when you start spamming pictures like this, it's hard to find the shit we were talking about because you do that. Like, what the fuck is
listen. I didn't know Steve posted something important. Okay, he didn't say anything. That's why.
Be like a crow, collect shiny things. What the fuck is this?
Here, now you got a thing to put things in.
Sure.
Thing to put things in. Okay, I'll start with this.
Thing
that fucking freaked Redsky out. Yeah,
freaked him out.
He was like, "What is this? What is this? What are you doing, son?" And I was like, "Yeah."
So you know, I think it's okay that Keem's going because we went 40 minutes without really even talking about it. That's supposed to be
I mean, I already gave my opinion. I didn't care.
Like we talked more about Repzilla in this fucking episode than we did Keemstar. We might as well make it a Repzilla episode at this point.
Yeah, I will. And I'll put Repzilla's head getting chopped off of the thing.
Yeah, the fucking Repzilla. He's the flavor of the month, or I don't know, probably a month, give or take. Because Willie Mack, all Willie Mack needs to do is drop his video, get his clout from it, get his credibility from it.
Steve, anybody who's available, look up Repzilla's social blade. Is this shit even affecting him at all?
Yeah, it was.
Was it like his mental health or his fucking channel growth?
What, Repzilla's social blade?
Yeah, he was losing about at least 100 a day, so I think 3,000 a month.
He was losing
okay.
a bit. Yeah.
Steve, you like
that now if you want.
Dude, so then what the fuck has his subs been watching? If like all of a sudden, like, oh, my eyes are open now. Like, what the fuck have his subs been doing?
Repzilla hasn't really been uploading. Like, you know, it's just.
I'm telling you, he's a nice guy. So like, if you just, I don't know, the way he presents things makes it sound like he knows what he's talking about and he's right.
Yeah, like a lot of cult leaders.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like in my opinion, Steve, I don't really consider Repzilla trustworthy because like he kind of just says things, especially with whoever he's talking to. So he could probably talk to me and give me completely different answers that he gives you. You know what I mean? I have no idea how his consistency is. I would have to take your word for it. But still, like in my personal opinion, I don't think he's really trustworthy on what he says. But if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, go ahead. Like,
I mean, he's not.
No, I don't know. Did I get that impression that he's trustworthy?
Steve knows how far.
No, I'm just fucking clarifying. I don't know what your relationship with him is specifically, but I'm telling you my opinion. And if yours differs, then that's the difference.
Steve knows
I think his audience.
That's all.
I think his audience trusts him, and that's why. They just
clearly not, because they're leaving him. 100 of them are leaving him a day. So apparently something's wrong.
Maybe those were the diehards, you know. They were probably.
But he hasn't addressed the video yet. They could all come back if he addresses the video properly.
You saw what happened with Pyro. He addressed it. He got everything back.
Yeah. Dude, like, same with Tom. Tom didn't even address shit. Tom just he just came back and like deal with it.
Everybody, yeah. They could do that to Repzilla. It's just the only thing that's going to stop Repzilla, and this has been my main advice for him. If he keeps looking at these people, keeps fucking trying to pander to these people like Tipster or anybody else. I don't know if Tipster's going to get offended that I named him, but like, dude, you're like the best example, because you're the one
like popping off.
Yeah, you're the one that's popping off against him like on a daily. That's all I see, right? Like Tipster or all these or any other person out there, like the lesser knowns, right? That nobody really knows. Or even our boy Redsky, if he keeps paying attention to those people, who he has more subs than all of them, by the way. So it doesn't really matter. And it's like he's gonna be a detriment to himself. He's gonna keep he's stabbing himself at this point. And all he has to do is forget about it and just move on. Like Def Noodles. Def Noodles was like shat on by all the commentary guys, and then he just forgot about them. He started ranting about them. He started like working them the way they would work him or whatever. And now like they get mad. Like he fucked over Boblax, right? Boblax got mad about it, but it's like I can't really knock the guy because like Def Noodles is just doing what he has to do. Like, I don't agree with it. I think it might be a little shitty, massively shitty, but like me and Boblax aren't best friends, so it's not like I can take it personal, right? And it's like, I understand what he's doing. I understand why Def Noodles is being a piece of shit. It's the same reason Tommy's a piece of shit. Isn't that funny? Isn't it funny how it goes both ways?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that has to do with Repzilla really. So like, I don't think Repzilla really panders to Tipster. If anything, he doubles down against him and pisses Tipster off more.
Does he double down?
I don't think he really panders to anyone. Every time he gets into like some kind of controversy like this, he usually just ignores it.
He explains himself. Literally the other day,
he explains himself, but that's not
he
like
doesn't need to do that.
What do you
he
mean?
Doesn't even need to talk to Tipster.
He usually
acknowledge him. Like,
I'm telling him to fucking address shit because like he goes too long without addressing anything, and then people make assumptions on his intentions, like Redsky.
You can make a general statement, and he doesn't need to individually address like Tipster every time he fucking tries to pop off on him, or any of Tipster's friends, or even Redsky or Xylee, or any of these people that want to get like a shot at
Xylee and Redsky.
He doesn't need to.
Does he address them? I'm asking if he does, because I've never seen him do that publicly. I always see him.
Xylee and Redsky, probably not. Hannah, yes. Tipster, yes. I don't know. Really? I don't know how. Like on that note, I don't know how Hannah Animal took president over Redsky and Xylee. That's kind of funny.
Probably because she's a woman, and he thinks like
Xylee's a woman too, bro.
Xylee's she's a woman too, actually. Yeah. I haven't seen them beef. I didn't even know that Xylee had like beef with Repzilla.
Xylee's anti-Repzilla now. I saw her tweet. It was in regards to the blocking of. I think it was in the blocking of Tipster, and she was like, "Well, I know what side I'm on now," or some weird shit like that. And I was like, "Well,
it was because it was when that post came out about the Pastel Bell thing, where she's like, "I'm going to speak to Repzilla." So a lot of people think that Repzilla has to have knowledge, right? And like, Steve, what you said, I'm like, yeah, there's a possibility she never told him or he just didn't remember it. But at the same time, like, there's also a possibility that she could have told him and he either didn't care or remember it. So, he may have been in the loop. He may not have been. So.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really blame him, like, for not reading every little thing that someone, like, people send me content to do, and I don't do it. Sometimes it's like, big stories or whatever. So like the Von Dragon guy, he was sending me stuff about NBA doxing him for a long time, and I never really saw any actual evidence of it. I didn't know who this guy was. I didn't even know who NBA was, so I was like, I'm not covering this. I don't know anything about the situation. I don't have time to look into it, even though that's like a bad thing, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't, like, if Repzilla didn't read it, or maybe looked it over, wasn't interested. Didn't get back
people are assuming Repzilla's, and well, I know somebody was trying to assume fucking Repzilla's intentions off of this, but it was Belle Aubrey that said, how many subscribers does this person have? Which would lead people to think, oh, she just wants to know if she can get a good payday out of this. Now, because Repzilla was mentioned in the DMs, people automatically assume that Repzilla had the same idea in mind. So they're all roping them together. They're roping Belle and Repzilla's intentions together.
It's all Belle's fault for mentioning him. Like fucking,
It's also two assumptions. That's two. Like, she could be asking sub count to see like how severe the situation could be, like how many other victims there could potentially be based on a sub count. If there's 600,000, he did it to one person. He's probably done it to multiple people. Opposed to like a channel that only has like 28 subs or some shit, then you're probably like, okay, well, hopefully this is the only person.
That's the thing. I don't want to cut you off, so go ahead, finish, and I'll say it when you're done.
No, I just end up saying for no reason. So I'm done.
Well, all right, fucking Steve. So what I'm thinking is like, Belle shouldn't have even bothered to be like, I'm going to speak to Repzilla. Be like, I'm going to fucking make an anonymous tip or something, or you should do that. You know what I mean? Direct them to the fucking authorities if you're saying that this guy is doing like this probably illegal shit, so that at least you file a complaint and get people to investigate him and shit. Because maybe they'll catch him that way. Maybe that's what you should have did instead. I don't know why she's asking questions like how many subs does he have. What I think that's inconsequential. You know what I mean? I don't think it really means anything. So it kind of shows where her focus can lie.
At the same time, like it's probably something I would have asked, and for like that reason to see like how like there's a lot of reasons I would want to know the sub count. How long has he been getting away for this for? How many victims could there potentially be? How well is he known in the community and stuff? Just I'm not gonna knock her for that. You could say that it's obviously for like, yeah, she's gauging to see if it's gonna be a topic worthy covering. But like I don't know. It's unless like I see something more directly pointing in that direction. Like if she's DMing someone else and being like, "Yeah, I was going to cover this guy," and then he's not really that big.
They're basing their assumptions based on her character and what she's shown thus far. And thus far, she's shown that she only cares about covering a topic like Eugenia because it's a big name, and I'm pretty sure she's lining her pockets with the money, isn't she, for the Eugenia shit?
Well, has she ever called out any other? Has she ever called out any other pedo that's been brought to her attention, or has it just been Eugenia's pedos around her?
As far as I know, but I don't know Belle Aubrey outside of the Eugenia Cooney situations. But she said that her coverage on Eugenia Cooney has never been monetized, as far as I recall. Anyway, she said she didn't make money on them. I don't know if that's true. I doubt it's true, but like that's just my opinion. And
I don't know why like I said, that to make money off it.
Because it goes against, I guess, basic principles. Like you're kind of just making money off somebody's disorder. It's somebody in the same scope of or the same hemisphere of thought process that that's a fucked up thing to do. It's a gross thing to do to take advantage of somebody's like sickness to monetize off of it. You know what I mean? So like,
I don't know. So if she actually thought she was doing right, and she's investing her time to try and help Eugenia in the most unorthodox way, like Repzilla does. So I don't mind Repzilla making money. Then they should be reimbursed for it if they're actually putting time and effort into something that they believe is helping.
Yeah, but all right, so let me put it to you this way. They would criticize you for monetizing something on somebody's sickness. Do you see what I'm saying? Like fucking...
I tell them to where the sun don't shine, because that's ridiculous. And
but do you see what I'm saying now? Do you get the example? Like she's a part of that community. It's like what's her name? This is also what bit fucking Creepshow Art. She's like, oh, that's racist. You can't say that. And then she was pretending to be a hater, saying all the racist shit. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm talking about. Like the shit that you were criticizing, you end up actually doing, and then like. It just bites you in the ass like later on down the line. But
yeah.
No, I don't know. I still think that if this is a serious allegation, because you could just be like, yo, link me his channel. I'll look into it from there because then I can see what kind of content he makes. I can see the subs myself, this and that. And I need to know with evidence who the fuck is involved. But like ultimately I'll be like, all right, this is fucking crazy. This should like I would probably send that to like the authorities myself, or like to whoever I could, or advise them to go to any kind of fucking authoritative figure because it concerns them, because we've been down this road before. Like me making a report on somebody else without sufficient fucking evidence or not being directly involved doesn't really matter. Like they'll fucking look into it, but like they can't really do anything because it's I'm not really involved in it.
Honestly, the first thing she should have asked is probably, where the fuck are your parents? Or where is this person's parents?
Are you okay?
Are you okay? And where are your parents? Get them to file the report. Try to assist them in gathering any information necessary to do so. Don't even think about making a video until you know that the person's safe. Like that's what should have been fucking done first.
Yes, dude. Like that's what I'm saying. Everything is like sloppy, and the thing is, there's no guidelines for this shit online. People just randomly do things like that. They think that the best thing they could do is like, oh, I'm going to make a video and expose the predator. That'll show you. I'm like, no, you're kind of doing him a favor. And I will always use this as an example. EDP fucking got away because the predator poachers made content, and that was what was more important to them, was the content.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. The
good
perfect
time.
example.
Good times, right?
Yeah. It was wild. It was a wild fucking time. Everyone thought EDP was going to jail. Like, yeah, okay. He's still
he should have. Like, let's be honest. He was right on camera saying that he wanted to like basically fuck a toddler or whatever, right?
Yeah.
12
you see what happens when you're not a cop? Yes. Dude,
he
it's not the first time he's been caught. Legit. It's not the first time. It's not the first time he's been caught. He's consistently been caught with this shit. And this was the most like fucking what do you call that shit? Clear cut case, I guess would be the best term to say. It was clear cut that he was definitely going over there to meet up with this fucking child. You know what I mean? Like, despite his
the best thing he could have done for himself, and I'm not saying I'm glad he didn't do this, but he should have just been like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's not me in those messages. I don't know what the fuck those pieces of paper are. I'm just passing through here. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know anything about a 13-year-old. I'm out. And instead, he's like, yeah, no, that's me. That's me sending those messages. That's me. That's my dick. Yeah, I do want to fuck 13-year-olds, and that's just me. I'm EDP. Please don't call the cops. Are you like? Is he on crack? Is he okay in the head? Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he should have went to jail, but he didn't because it wasn't handled the right way. So what happens when a bunch of people who are pretending to be cops just do just that, pretend to be cops? They're not fucking cops. And look what happened. The cops are like, there's nothing we can do. Like, all this shit is damaged. All this shit is compromised. He could easily deny this shit. It looks like these people were doing it for money.
This hurts my head because, like, why does a kid need to be harmed for, like, law enforcement to take effect on something? This is the equivalent of someone, like, pointing a gun at someone's head and about to pull the trigger, and then someone comes out of the bush, it's like, hey, what are you doing there? It's like, oh, nothing. So, would you have pulled the trigger? It's like, yeah, I totally would have pulled it if you didn't come and bust me right now. These are the types of you planning the murder? Yep, that's me. Yep, sure. Okay, but we're going to let you go. Like, why did the cops not fucking get him?
It's not necessarily that a child has to be hurt. Well, I don't know. You're probably right on that. I don't know the law like that, but you're probably right. What I would have done is compiled all the other shit too. You know what I mean? On top of this. But the thing is, like, okay, I'm going to use this as an example. I'm not going to name the person that this happened to because they'd be really fucking mad if I told them this story. But somebody I knew, right, got catfished, right? Like on Tinder, I think it was. And he was like flirting with this girl, and then they like, they had him send like a fucking nude, and then they try to blackmail him, being like, oh well, I'm a Filipino minor, right? And like, if you don't give me like $7,000 fucking dollars, I'm contacting your job and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, and he had no fucking idea, and he fucking panicked and shit, fucking crying and shit. And I'm like, dude, it's like some Filipino scammer. Like, fucking, like, just don't pay them any mind. Like, they're not even in this country. You know what I mean? But like shit like that. So if they went to the police with that, and like they would have fucking arrested my friend, like, no, like that shit would be able to fly. That's why they don't take shit like that seriously. because like the predator poachers could look like a bunch of online trolls. That's what it comes off like, especially when they're like, oh, go to our Patreon and
Oh
hunt
my
predators
god,
with us.
yeah. And Chet Goldstein is boxing the pedophiles too on camera, right?
Yes. Like, do you
And
know
he's
what a
saying,
bad look that
dude,
is?
the motherfucker's saying, hey, if you beat me in a fucking boxing match, we'll let you go. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you'll let a pedo go if he can beat your ass? That's
I
really
didn't know he
retarded.
did that. How did I not know he did that? What the
Because
fuck?
it was on
forgot.
his, it was on a channel that was like an archive of his, because he took down those videos from the main fucking channel that he was doing the stings on for whatever. Go figure. Wonder why.
Dude, I'm telling you, the predator poachers, not all of them, because apparently there's different branches, but the one that he was involved with, they're fucking clowns, dude. And they had a seat with Chris Hansen, right? And they're like, oh, do you think you do anything differently? The answer should be like, we probably should have like alerted the police so that way he could have got arrested. No, this is what Chad Goldstein said. I wish we would have got him to say he wanted to fuck kids more. I'm like, dude, that didn't help you in the first place. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, you clearly didn't learn or didn't care about this whole fucking situation that you just fucked up, right? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Chet Goldstein. Oh my god.
So,
Well,
I don't know, dude.
that's a good way to end it. This has been about an hour. So,
Dude, I don't even know what the
closing
fuck we're
thoughts on
talking about
anything?
again.
What do you guys
Whatever.
think about Keemstar, Repzilla, Chet Goldstein?
Don't care. Not getting involved. Chet Goldstein sucks.
Keemstar's fat. That's
Chet Goldstein reminds me of a chicken.
a chickie.
All right, Craig, shut us down. Shut us down,
I'm
Craig.
trying to find the command because Sen spammed a whole bunch of junk. Hold on.
Yeah, that's fucking.
This is our.
Yeah, I found it.
Can't have nice things around here.